Hello again, everybody! Zack Attack is here with my WWE Raw review for tonight, Monday, April 22nd, 2013. Alright, it was of course Earth Day today, and even if it was Earth Day, we did see WWE use a helicopter to help the Sheild get in the arena, and also the Sheild using an SUV to enter the O2 Arena tonight. Of course, Raw being in London on this Earth Day. Of course, tape delayed. It wasn't live because there's a time zone difference. My thoughts on tonight's Raw. It was okay Raw tonight. You know, we had two really decent matches. If you can call anything on Raw decent. Mostly rest of those matches, besides those two I liked, mostly filler. And like me and many others expected, we expected the London crowd to be a rowdy crowd. But I don't think it was as rowdy as New Jersey, even though the New Jersey crowd mostly comprised of Britain people and Canadians, for that matter. But London was still a good crowd, as we expected, with some great chants, especially during the first couple matches of this first hour. So we will begin Raw with, of course, Paul Heyman coming out. Of course, last week, Paul Heyman's client, Brock Lesnar, came back with a vengeance, sending a message to Triple H by beating the crap out of 3MB in a beatdown, while challenging Triple H at the same time for a match at Extreme Rules Steel Cage match. Triple H said he was going to be on Raw tonight to answer Lesnar's challenge, but Paul Heyman led us to believe that Triple H wasn't going to show up after all. Paul Heyman's like, I've been waiting all week for this moment, Triple H. I've been waiting all week for you to come down to this ring and tell me, with no Lesnar wasn't there again tonight, that you will accept Lesnar's challenge or not for the Steel Cage match at Extreme Rules. But no, you're not. You're some coward, Triple H, for lying to these people. Now, I may be a liar to many people's minds, but I can't believe you, Triple H, would lie, saying you're going to be here and you're not. And Heyman said, I got some email from Triple H saying, due to my injury, I'm going to pull a Rock and not show up because of injury. By the way, Rock still out with that injury. He's going to have surgery. Anyway, that's another story for another day. As Heyman was calling Triple H cowardly and a liar for not showing up, as he thought, well, Triple H did lie, saying he wasn't going to be there, and he was there. Triple H's music hits, and here he comes. This sent his own message to Lesnar, saying that, yes, Heyman, tell Lesnar I'm ready. I accept. And he did, like I said, send his own message to Brock Lesnar by pedigreeing the Wallace, Paul Heyman. So it's official. Triple H Lesnar 3 to all of our dismay at Extreme Rules in a Steel Cage match. Now, it's 1-1 right now. Triple H beat Lesnar at Mania, and Lesnar beat Triple H at SummerSlam. And WrestleMania proved that you can add any stipulation match you want, no matter what happens. Even if you add a good stipulation like no holds barred, the match between Triple H and Lesnar, no matter what, it's going to suck no matter what stipulation you put in. There was a lot of dead air time in that match. That's why it sucked, despite the stipulation. So I'm going to believe that, despite my best wishes for a decent, exciting matchup with the stipulation tossed in, I believe that, despite the Steel Cage stipulation, Lesnar and Triple H are going to once again stink up the place and fucking be boring and a lot of dead air time despite the Steel Cage stipulation. So there you go. Lesnar Triple H 3 to our dismay will take place at Extreme Rules. Now, on our first match of the evening, which involved R-Truth, of course, coming off his momentum shift after defeating the IC Championship holder in a non-title match last week, Ray Barrett, taking on the now former United States champion, Antonio Cesaro, trying to yodel his way back up the winning way, following losing the title last week to R-Truth's on-again, off-again tag team buddy partner, Kofi Kingston. And the yodeling distracted Cesaro last week, but the yodeling at first didn't distract Cesaro, as he indeed got the advantage with some decent offense during this okay matchup to open up Raw. But despite the offensive, the yodeling got to send out Cesaro again, as Cesaro ate a STO finisher from R-Truth. I think, is it just me, or did R-Truth kind of botch the ending a bit? Protestant Call kind of botched the STO ending. That's my opinion. That's when I saw my perspective. Despite that, 1-2-3 victory for R-Truth, continuing his momentum shift, beating the IC champion and the former United States champion in a week. Possible Extreme Rules match possibly going to happen between R-Truth and Wade Barrett. Despite R-Truth's lack of momentum as of late, this little momentum shift may get R-Truth a title match against Wade Barrett for the IC Championship. Probably at Extreme Rules, I'm guessing. Maybe a pre-show match. But Wade Barrett was just the pre-match for Mania against The Miz. So maybe it was like, I don't want to be the pre-game match again. I want to be on the pay-per-view this time. So we'll see how that works out. Now, on with first of a series of matches, singles matches involving the members of Team World Scholars and Team Tons of Funk continuing their feud. Like I said, the 4 men of each team would compete against each other in one-on-one competition. Starting off with Borders Clay taking on Damien Sandow. I love it. Tenzai and Albert got Tenzai / Albert / A-Train / Big Fat Hip Hop Hippo, Prince Albert, A-Train, whatever you want to call him. And Borders got no reaction. Thank God he didn't deserve it. But Borders trying to use his advantage, his great advantage, to of course his advantage by outpowering and beating the crap out of Sandow for the early half of this matchup. But Sandow outsmarted and outpaced Borders in the second half of the matchup, delivering his elbow to stand and being on top of him despite this weight and great disadvantage for Sandow. But despite that little bit of a fury attempt by Sandow, Borders came back using his weight again by tossing Sandow out, delivering a T-bone suplex, and as Borders was about to put the kibosh on Sandow, Cody Rhodes distracted Borders Clay to running into a big kick from Sandow, pinning Borders, holding onto the tights. 1, 2, 3. Sandow gets the victory over Borders with a little help from Cody Rhodes and holding of the tights. We'll see how Cody does against Tenzai later on in the evening. Now I mentioned our first match involved R-Truth, possibly on our way to a possible IC title match against Wade Barrett for the IC Championship, possibly at Extreme Rules. Speaking of title matches at Extreme Rules, our next match had title implications concerning a match at Extreme Rules, as the World Champion Dolph Ziggler was about to reignite his feud against Chris Jericho. Now Jericho got some ear-splitting news, literally ear-splitting, as he got the news from Vicky, that if Jericho were to win this match tonight over Dolph Ziggler in a non-title match, Ziggler's match would no longer be a triple threat match at Extreme Rules. It would become a fatal 4-way. It would be Jericho against Ziggler against Alberto and Swagger. We didn't see Alberto and Swagger tonight. Probably see them on Friday on SmackDown and possibly next week on Raw. So those title implications on the line, we got Ziggler and Jericho. Now, the good but short feud in August before Jericho left again and came back at the Rumble was great. The match at SummerSlam was good. And this match was, like I said, there was 2 matches that were decent tonight, if you can call anything on Raw decent. And this was one of them. Very good, high-paced, athletic match with these guys. They always pull out the stops. There was switching control back and forth. And Ziggler had every distraction booked to a key. Despite every distraction attempt from AJ and Biggie. Biggie got really involved in the match, distracting Jericho. AJ distracted the referee at one point and blocking Jericho from doing the lion salt. And despite every distraction attempt from AJ and Biggie, Ziggy could not take advantage of that distraction, and Jericho was still in the game and kicked out of every distraction attempt. And Jericho was in a sleeper hold a few times by Ziggler. And it was a pretty decent matchup, very high pace, fast paced, very athletic matchup, and like I said, back and forth. And Jericho took advantage for the later half, delivering all his big moves, including, of course, the Goldbreaker. And he did try to deliver the Lion Salt again, with the final distraction attempt from Biggie being thwarted yet again by Jericho by drop kicking Biggie to the floor. With Biggie out of the equation for distraction again, Jericho got the Lion Tamer, Walter Jericho, whatever you want to call it, locked in on Ziggler. It seemed that Jericho was going to be in a title match after all, in a fatal 4-way match for the title at Extreme Rules. But Jericho was about to taste victory. Fandango's music hits. With Fandango's music distracting Jericho, Ziggler took that opportunity, rolled up Jericho, 1, 2, 3, top Ziggler prevents Jericho from entering his title match at Extreme Rules, thanks to a little help from Fandango's theme. We didn't see Fandango come out though, but his theme hit like I mentioned. So the last two matches ended with distractions, with Damien Sandow coming off a distraction from Cody Rhodes to beat Rhodes, and Jericho losing to Ziggler following a distraction from Fandango's music. Jericho would try to get revenge on Fandango for causing him an opportunity at the title a little later on in the evening. Jericho, I don't think he should get another title. Like, he was in the title picture last year with Punk in those great matches against Punk. So who knows if Jericho may come back in the title picture eventually. So, and I love they did the wave during the match. There was a lot of great crowd chants, and they did the wave during it. So, and even Jericho got involved in the wave. So, there you go. London fans are crazy yet again. Not as crazy as Jersey, despite London being majority of the fans in New Jersey. Anyway, there you go. Ziggler wins with distraction from Fandango music. Now on to the second match of a series of matches involving the members of Team Rhodes Scholars and Team Tons of Funk. We saw Borders and Sandow got it on. Now it's time for the partners to get it on. In the ring, we have Sweet Tea, Tenzai, Albert, A-Train, Hip Hop Hippo, Prince Albert, what do you want to call him? They still call him Tenzai. Even the announcers are sick of his Sweet Tea name. As he would take on the Mustache King, Cody Rhodes. And like what Borders did in his match against Sandow, Albert Tenzai, what do you want to call him, took his weight advantage to his advantage by, like I said, using his weight and literally throwing his weight around on Cody for the first half of the matchup. And Cody did exactly what Sandow did, outbasing and trying to outsmart Tenzai, even delivering at one point a beautiful disaster kick. And also, like, during the match with Sandow and Tenzai, Brodus and Sandow tried to distract Tenzai like Cody did to Brodus. But this time, the distraction attempt from Sandow got thwarted by Brodus, taking down Sandow, beating him outside the ring, with Sandow laid out. An distraction thwarted. Tenzai got the big Tenzai Swanton Splash, 1, 2, 3 victory. 4 Sweet Tea, Tenzai, what do you want to call them? It was basically one and one. Each team got a singles victory over the other team, with Sandow defeating Brodus and Tenzai defeating Cody. So I say a possible rematch between these two throughout dismay in Extreme Rules. We have lucky, maybe they'll advertise the match for Extreme Rules and it'll get cut again, like Mania. So we'll see how that goes. So there you go. Tenzai wins. Now on to our next match. We're involved Big E Langston taking on one of my favorites, despite being an everyday jobber now. Woo, you know it. Zack Ryder. Now, I like what Zack's attempting to do. I think he's trying to get rid of his broski gimmick and going towards another gimmick. Like saying, I think Ryder's sick and tired. I think he finally realized this broski gimmick is holding him back. I think he's like, I'm not blaming WWE for holding me back. I'm blaming this gimmick. And despite his transition from one gimmick to the other, he still ended up where he always is on every Monday night when he's on Raw, on the ground, getting pinned by Big E, following a big ending. 1, 2, 3. Big E Langston wins in a squash match despite a little bit of offense from Ryder getting the broski boot attempt. But of course, Ryder ends up where he always is, on the ground, getting pinned in a squash. So Big E wins. And Big E Langston's not much of a wrestler, just more like a beatdown guy. I don't think his hits are as stiff as Ryback's hits, for example, but still, Big E gets the victory. Now on to our next match, which I thought was going to be the main event of the evening, but ended up being the main event of hour number 2. In a big 6-man tag, the Sheild will be taking on The Undertaker and Team Hell No, Kane and Daniel Bryan in a 6-man tag. Well, it seemed like it was going to turn from a 6-man tag to a 3-on-1 handicap match, following a pre-match attack in the locker room by the Sheild on Kane and D. Bryan. And like I said, it really seemed like it was going to turn into a handicap match as Echo came out alone for the match. And the Shield came out, and it was 3-on-1 at first. And the 3-on-1 advantage was to the Shield's advantage at first, hounding the Taker. But as the Hounds of Justice was hounding Taker with a 3-on-1 beatdown, here comes D-By and Kane to make the rescue, once again making this a 3-on-3 6-man tag. Now, I said Ziggler and Jericho was good. This is another good match, especially the crowd was good during this match as well. The Shield has been undefeated despite being up against willpower teams. And it seemed that tonight was going to be the night that the Shield's undefeated streak would come to an end, especially with Taker, D-By, and Kane doing what the Shield does in the beginning of the match, taking advantage by isolating your men in the corner and getting the hot, quick tags in. D-By starting out with the hot advantage, tagging in Kane, and of course, Angle got in. Basically, Kane and D-By were tagging each other more than tagging in Taker during this first half fury. And despite being only in for a few minutes, Taker did show that he still got it, especially with the fans saying, "You still got it." I think Taker's probably still used to not wrestling more than once a year. Because he only wrestles once a year now, and they were advertising it as Taker's first match on Raw in 3 years. So Taker's like, wow, we have a lot of people gone. Injured, Lesnar's back, but Punk's out till SummerSlam. Sin Cara and Mysterio's still out. Hopefully Christian comes back soon. I'm hearing he will. Maybe next week. Who knows? Maybe that's what's going to happen. Christian may come back next week. Anyway, Taker's like, hey, we have to help WWE a bit. With the lack of talent, I need to come in to bring up the star power. Especially in London with Punk being out. And now Shawn Michaels may replace Cena. Anyway, Shawn Michaels come back? Anyway, but then advantage from D-By, Kane, and Taker taking the advantage and isolating the Shield in the corner. Went away in a fury as the Shield finally got the advantage by isolating Kane in the corner and getting the hot tags in and out, beating the crap out of Kane for the second half of this matchup. And it was a pretty long match, too. They gave it a great amount of time. And after getting isolated in the corner by the Shield, Kane got another hot tag to D-By in a sequence of events, with the high-flying move in the middle rope ending it. And the crowd was going nuts, like saying, "This is awesome." It's pretty good action from D-By. I've always been a D-By fan. I like his action. I like his style. Watching D-By wrestle is awesome, especially seeing D-By wrestle against Jericho. I wish D-By would wrestle Jericho. Come on, WWE. Make that match happen. I thought that match was going to happen at Mania between D-By and Jericho, instead of Fandango and Jericho. I think before Jericho leaves again, if he decides to leave again, I think D-By and Jericho should have a pay-per-view match before Jericho leaves again. That's what should happen. And despite the last-minute fury from D-By, once again the Shield took advantage and got the advantage back in their favor by isolating D-By again. But then D-By got another hot tag to Taker, and Taker was about to take advantage, delivering all his other big moves besides the old school, the Snake Eyes, and about to deliver a double choke slam to Rollins and Ambrose, before Roman Reigns came out of nowhere to spear the hell out of Taker. And Taker still kicked out from a pin attempt despite the spear. Then Taker got to tag back Kane. And Kane delivered a chokeslam to Ambrose after cutting Ambrose in midair after a midair big high-risk attempt by Ambrose. And Kane, after that chokeslam to Ambrose, tagged back in D-By to put the double team finish. Chokeslam and the Flying Goat Splash. As Daniel was going for the Flying Goat Splash, he got dangled on the rope by Waynes. The Waynes and Rollins got on outside the ring between them and Taker and Kane. As those four was brawling outside the ring, D-By recovered and about to do the big goat splash again, but with enough time to recover, Ambrose rolled out of it. With D-By missing it, Ambrose got the pin and the win, with Taker and Kane distracted with their brawl against Rollins and Reigns to help D-By. So the Shield, despite once again overcoming unbearable odds, gets a victory over a powerful six-man team. Wow. Like every time we think the Shield's going to lose, they find a way to win. Like we thought they were going to lose in Elimination Chamber against Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus. We thought they were going to end their undefeated streak at Mania against Sheamus and Orton and Big Show. And we thought the undefeated streak was going to end again tonight against Taker and D-By. But the Shield always find a way to win. It was a really decent matchup, very high-paced, fast-paced matchup. It was more like a fight than a wrestling match. It was pretty intense match. I smell a rematch between these six men at Extreme Rules in some sort of stipulation, maybe a 6-man tables match. But that was the same stipulation that Danny Bryan Kane were with Ryback against the Shield at TLC. Oh, that was a TLC match. This would be a tables match this time if they would have a rematch at Extreme Rules. Especially, like I said, with lack of star power right now, Taker may need to wrestle a lot more than just once a year until more people come back, like Rock, Mysterio, and of course, like I mentioned, Christian. So Shield wins, surprisingly. Again. Now, on with our next match. Fandango! And unlike last week in North Carolina, was in South Carolina, where everyone was just sitting on their hands, not doing the Fandango. Scaramouche, London did the Fandango. Now I'm never going to think Bohemian Rhapsody the same again, because that line that says Scaramouche, where you do the Fandango. Well, London was indeed Fandangoing, as they did it throughout the match, before the match. And despite cheering on Fandango when he came out, they were cheering very more loudly for Fandango's opponent, which ended up being England's own William Regal. So the Fandango cheers went away, and it was pro Regal for most of the matchup. So fans were cheering on Regal, and Regal came out with his hard knock style, his hard brawling style, punching Fandango in the face, and literally taking advantage for the first half of this really quick and miss match. It was like a blink and you miss match because the ending was kind of weird. It was like the ending was like in a flash. As Regal's advantage went away, and Fandango delivered an STO, swinging STO for the victory. It was kind of a quick ending. It's like Regal advantage, boom, Fandango gets the move and a win. So Fandango beats Regal, another legend. So as Regal was laying in the ring and Fandango was celebrating on the ramp, here comes Chris Jericho attacking Fandango, wanting revenge for Fandango's music, distracting him from getting a world title match earlier in the evening against Ziggler. Jericho took revenge by throwing Fandango off the top of the entrance ramp into the floor. As Fandango was lying on the entrance ramp after being tossed by Jericho, Jericho kind of pulled his own little Dance with the Stars move because he was on Dance with the Stars once, and did his own little Fandango dance move with Fandango's dance partner. Now, I hate the fact that they mentioned that Jericho is the only WWE star to be on Dance with the Stars. I think they forgot Stacey Keebler in there. Yes, I'll say this. Jericho, they did get something right. Jericho is the only male WWE star to be on Dancing with the Stars. But he's not the only overall WWE star to be on Dancing. Like I said, Stacey was. But I think they don't mention that because Stacey left WWE when she was on Dancing. So there you go. Fandango wins and gets attacked by Jericho. I say we got many seeds planted for possible matches at Extreme Rules. Possibly Fandango Jericho rematch. Possible R-Truth Wade Barrett match for the IC Championship. Possible match between Team Hell No and Taker and Sheild 6-man tag rematch. Possible match between Sheamus and Mark Henry, even though we didn't see them tonight. And another possible match for Extreme Rules. Hopefully it's the pregame. Possible match for the Divas title. As we would have a number one contenders battle royal to determine the number one contender. We would have AJ taking on Tamina, taking on Naomi versus Oksana versus Layla. Now, I kind of knew that AJ was going to win. But I did what everybody else did in London and at home during this match. Took a bathroom break. And like I predicted, AJ did get the win. So it means AJ, she does owe a victory over Caitlyn. Pin, counter or not, AJ owes a victory over Caitlyn. So AJ Caitlyn for the Divas title possibly. AJ wins the Battle Royal to get that title match. Let's move on to a final segment involving Ryback. Of course, Ryback and John Cena is, of course, indeed official for Extreme Rules for the WWE Championship. I love the fact that Ryback / Goldberg is calling Cena Super Cena. I like that. WWE's fucking acknowledging the fact that Cena is indeed Super Cena. So we would end with Ryback confronting Mick Foley. Now, Mick Foley was in the building for whatever reason. It was on they said he was on a spoken word tour of London. So it's like, hey, I'm in town. Let me be on Raw tonight. So Mick Foley said, Ryback, I want to confront you and ask you why you're doing what you're doing with this heel turn. And Ryback's like, Foley, you want to confront me? come confront me face to face. That's how we end Raw, with Ryback confronting Mick Foley. And Cena was like not keen on the idea of Foley going out basically alone to confront Ryback, especially how vicious Ryback's been, especially to Cena. Cena brought an equalizer to Foley to use, and Foley's like, Cena, are you stupid for handing me a chair? You know who I am. I'm the hardcore legend. So as Foley called out Ryback, Foley did his whole little lecture on Ryback, saying, Ryback, the Ryback I see now is not the Ryback I knew when you first came in. You've changed, Ryback. Where is the Ryback that fought the good fight, that had class, that had honor, that had respect? It came in like a house of fire, coming from being Skip Sheffield in the Nexus to becoming a big powerhouse machine known as Ryback, taking names, feeding you more, and making the fans grasp in your hands with that chant, feed me more. Where's that Ryback? Where's that fighting Ryback? You're now a shell of your former self as you're running away from fights. Especially exactly what you did last week, leaving Cena hung out to dry in a 3-on-1 takedown by the Sheild. I think everybody else is thinking the same thing I am, that Ryback is a member of the Sheild. But that may be confusing, especially after what happened when the Sheild came out during this segment. Spoiler alert. Anyway, basically Ryback had enough of Foley's lecturing, saying, Foley, shut up. I'm sick of you coming in every year, trying to put your nose in other people's business, trying to shell your DVDs, getting those cheap pops, like you did in your glory years. And it seemed that the altercation was going to turn physical, especially when Ryback started shoving Foley, and the physical altercation was close to happening. But as Foley was ready to flinch and nail that steel chair on Ryback, here comes John Cena to intervene, with a chorus of boos as always, especially in London. Cena sent Foley to the back, and Cena Ryback was going to have the first real physical one-on-one competition. That was until the music of the Sheild hit. And Cena gave Ryback a piece of his own medicine. Like I said, Ryback basically laid Cena out to dry last week, getting his ass kicked by the Sheild. It appeared that Cena was going to do the exact same thing, leaving Ryback out to dry to get his ass kicked by the Sheild in a 3-on-1 attack. It seemed like that. Ryback got attacked by the Sheild. Cena apparently left. But as the Sheild was feeding on Ryback, Cena surprisingly came back to the ring, cleared the ring of the Sheild, nailing him with a steel chair, nailing him to the back with the steel chair. And then Cena Ryback once again had another course of physical altercation. And I thought at this moment Ryback was going to hype the feud even more by walking away again and not wanting to attack Cena one-on-one, rather attack him when he's sneaked from behind. But then Cena had the last word, unfortunately for us all. As Ryback looked at the chair, Cena took the distraction and got the FU on Ryback. So basically, we had a typical Raw ending. Cena standing tall, following the FU from him to Ryback, sending a big message to Ryback for the title match in Extreme Rules. We end with Cena, like I said, standing tall. You can't see me, Super Cena on the loose again. So there we go. So I don't think Ryback's going to lose. I hate Cena with all my guts. But I don't think he's still ready for the WWE Championship, even with the heel turn. So we got the already set matches for Extreme Rules: Cena, Ryback, Triple Threat, Swagger, Ziggler, and Bono. And of course, official tonight, Triple H against Brock Lesnar in a steel cage. I think the match is going to suck. And like I said, seeds for possible matches for Extreme Rules planned tonight. Team World Scholars against Team Tons of Funk in a tag match, not a 8-person mixed tag. R-Truth against Barrett for the IC Championship. Jericho Fandango again. Team Hell No against Taker. Team Hell No and Taker against Sheild again. Possibly Caitlyn and AJ for the Divas title, and possibly Sheamus and Mark Henry. We'll see if those seats for those possible matches grow next week on Raw. That is it for my WWE Raw review for tonight. I'll see you all later. Thank you all very much for watching. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you again. Yeah.